That's the the stadium in Nairobi where the event inauguration is taking place. Some of the presentations being made both in English and in Kiswahili language, and you can hear some of the Kiswahili greetings being given there. The introducing the new president of Kenya, the largest economy east of the continent. He will now be expected to make a formal statement. We're waiting for President William Ruto, the new president of Kenya, to make a very small comment very quickly.
For this session. Tampisha mwenzangu Captain Alfred Mwabibi aweze kuendelea.
Welcome back to Newsday. We're taking you to Kenya, where the new president, William Ruto, has just been sworn in. Speaking now is the Ugandan President, Yoweri Museveni.
They were not talking about East African integration. They talk about Kenya, 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 Kenya. But I can tell you, and then one of them, the other evening, one of them was quoting the example of American President Roosevelt. Roosevelt started a program in 1934 which created jobs and so on. But Roosevelt was utilizing the huge market of the United States, which had already been created by some people who had a vision. So therefore, I congratulate His Excellency Ruto. I thank His Excellency Uhuru. On behalf of the presidents who have come here, I did not come here to give a lecture about this or that, but I thought that in order for Uganda and Kenya and Tanzania and Congo and Burundi and Rwanda and South Sudan and Somalia, which is coming now, in order for us to catch up with the United States, we need also to look at the issue of the regional market. Because when you produce, who buys? The more people that buy from you, the better for the business, and the better for job creation. I thank you, and I wish you good luck. Congratulations, Kenyans.
Asante sana mzee. With a lot of apology, I have been informed that in our midst we have other friends who I did not mention. Allow me to introduce my good brother, His Excellency Julius Naado Bio, the President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, and you're most welcome to Kenya. Let me also introduce the President of Sahrawi Republic, His Excellency Brahim Gali. And in our midst as well, the chairperson of Africa Union, my good brother Musa Faki. Let me now introduce again to speak to us briefly the President of Burundi, our neighbor, His Excellency Evariste Ndayishimiye. Karibu sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, and the First Lady, Excellencies, Head of State and Government, Mheshimiwa ndugu yangu Uhuru Kenyatta, viongozi kwa ngazi mbalimbali za nchi ya Kenya, Head of Delegations, members of Diplomatic Corps, wananchi wote wa Kenya, hamjambo? Hamjambo? Kenya oye! Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki oye! Waheshimiwa, nianze kwanza kwa kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu aliyetuwezesha kufika salama katika nchi nzuri na yenye amani ya Kenya. Nina furaha sana, Kenya kabisa, hakuna matata. Nichukue tena fursa hii niwapongeze Wakenya wote kwa kufuata mioyo yao wakati wa kupiga kura na kuthibitisha kwa mara nyingine ukomavu wao wa hali ya juu na kuonyesha ulimwengu viwango vya demokrasia yao. Kenya imeshinda na mafanikio yenu ni kiburi ya Jumuiya ya Afrika Mashariki.
Okay, on your screen at the inauguration of President William Ruto, currently speaking is President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi, who came up to the podium to a resounding applause as he greets Kenyan and chooses to speak in Swahili. And prior to that, we heard from President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, who, of course, made reference to the strengthening of the East African community. A lot of politics and conversation has been happening behind the scenes about easing business between the states, the nation members of the East African community, so as to build a stronger economic bloc. So Dr. William Ruto was sworn in as the 5th president of Kenya, and this took place at Kasarani International Stadium in Nairobi. So Dr. Ruto took the oath of office at 12:45 in a swearing-in process led by the Judiciary under Chief Justice Martha Koome and the Registrar Anne Amadi. Dr. Ruto also received the highest award in the country, the Chief of the Order of the Golden Heart.
Even if your candidate did not win, your participation in the activities of our political parties, campaigns and elections is the beginning of political internship. My political journey similarly began as a young campaign volunteer fresh out of university in 1992. Your experience and lessons learned should form the basis for your leadership journey going into the future. We have all therefore emerged out of this contest stronger, more united, and alive to the issues that are common to all of us. We should remain conscious that we have all been elected to work together in ensuring that our children go to school, our people have food and decent health care, and our young people have jobs, and our workers have dignified livelihoods. For we believe strongly that every hustle matters. Dreams and ambitions live in the hearts of Kenyans who struggle daily against daunting odds, often with nothing except stubborn hope. Some succeed, others fail, while others also do not even get a decent chance. Before the nation and the world today, I stand with great humility and profound joy as a living testimony that with faith in God, willingness to work hard, and a commitment to a vision, dreams can become reality in the fullness of time. I promise to throw open every door of opportunity and to keep every door open until success stories become the norm rather than the exception, and urge all other leaders to do the same so that we can together expand opportunity and chance for many of our citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, we should consolidate our success in the just concluded elections and enhance the capacity and performance of our governance institutions. The innovative deployment of technology to secure election results has been the Electoral Commission's pioneering breakthrough. Going forward, we will support the IEBC's institutional capacity so as to expand the deployment of technology to cover all elections, from those of MCA to those of the President. I also believe that there is tremendous opportunity for IEBC to support electoral processes in our political parties as part of the broader democratic development. To consolidate the place of the judiciary in our constitutional and democratic dispensation, my administration will respect judicial decisions while we cement the place of Kenya as a country anchored on democracy and the rule of law. Our campaign for financial independence of the judiciary has paid off with the implementation of the Judiciary Fund on July 1 this year. My administration will scale up the budgetary allocation to the judiciary by an additional 3 billion shillings annually for the next 5 years. These resources will support the bottom-up scaling of justice by increasing the number of small claims courts from the current 25 to 100. We will also work with the judiciary to build high courts in the remaining 7 counties and magistrates courts in the remaining 123 sub-counties, and support their ongoing digitization program. These interventions will empower the judiciary to adjudicate and expeditiously conclude corruption cases, commercial disputes, and all other matters, thereby enhancing access to justice and efficiency in our judiciary. To further demonstrate my commitment to the independence of the judiciary, this afternoon I will appoint the 6 judges already nominated for appointment to the Court of Appeal, which was done 3 years ago by the Judicial Service Commission. And tomorrow, I shall preside over their swearing in so that they can get on with the business of serving the people of Kenya. As required by Article 245 of the Constitution, the Inspector General of Police is mandated to exercise independent command over the National Police Service. The service's operational autonomy, however, has been undermined by the continued financial dependence on the office of the President. This situation is going to change. As I address you, one moment. Good. There we are. As I address you, I have instructed that the instruments conferring financial autonomy to the National Police Service by transferring their budget from the Office of the President and designating the Inspector General as the accounting officer be placed on my desk for signature this afternoon. Financial independence of the police will give impetus to the fight against corruption and end the political weaponization of the criminal justice system, an undertaking I made to the I understand the deep fissures and low morale in the public service. The intimidation that was visited on IEBC staff during the election was also meted out on various other agencies and staff in public. I understand. I assure all public officers that my administration will respect their professional service, and no public servant, even chiefs and their assistants, will be required to run political errands for any political party or formation. Ladies and gentlemen, we anchored our campaign on the platform of the economy premise on job creation and the well-being of the people of Kenya, and we have been working continuously on the measures to bring down the cost of living. Our people are confronted daily with increasingly unaffordable prices, especially food and transport. In our economic forums across the country during the campaign, citizens consistently shared their anxiety, their pain, and their fury on this matter. It therefore calls on us for urgent and decisive resolution. The interventions in place have not borne any fruit. On fuel subsidy alone, the taxpayers have spent a whopping 144 billion, 60 billion in the last 4 months alone. If the subsidy continues to the end of the financial year, it will cost taxpayers 280 billion, equivalent to the entire national government development budget. Additionally, there was an attempt to subsidize unga in the run-up to the election, a program that could up 7 billion in 1 month. In addition to being very costly,
welcome back to Newsday. We're back in Nairobi, the Kenyan capital, where President William Ruto has just been sworn in. Earlier, he said Kenya has emerged from the election stronger and more united. He's still speaking, so let's listen in.
Will be adequately funded to execute their mandates. On the matter of gender parity, I am committed to the 2/3 gender rule as enshrined in our Constitution. We will work with Parliament to fast-track various legislative proposals and establish a framework that will resolve this matter expeditiously, as I promised in our manifesto. The participation of women in our governance does not make us lesser, it makes us greater. And their role can no longer be nominal, it must be substantive. Ladies and gentlemen, our health agenda is premised on fundamental reform in the way health is financed and provided. We shall reform the National Insurance Fund to make it a social health insurance provider, improve procurement of medical supplies, deploy an integrated, state-of-the-art health information system, and most importantly, provide adequate human resources at all levels. Contributions to the National Hospital Insurance Fund will now be graduated and will depend on people's income. There is a robust conversation, ladies and gentlemen, in the country on education, and in particular, the implementation of CBC curriculum. Public participation is critical in this matter. I will establish an education reform task force in the presidency, which will be launched in the coming weeks. It will collect views from all players in line with the constitutional demand of public participation, and we are particularly alive to the anxieties of parents on the twin transition of the last 844 class and the first CBC class in January next year. I assure all that there will be a solution to the matter before then. We have elevated our diaspora to the 48th county. The complaint has always been that the diaspora does not receive adequate attention and attention they deserve. The focus has been on remittances, while the fundamental rights as citizens have been neglected. To correct this oversight, I pledge to elevate diaspora to a ministry level, strengthen diaspora of our constitutional dispensation and the proudest achievement of the citizens of the Republic of Kenya. Every part of our country has experienced the positive impact of this invaluable institution, and Kenyans yearn for better performance of all our devolved units. One of the best ways of accelerating national development is through collaboration with county governments. As Deputy President, I witnessed firsthand the tremendous potential of intergovernmental synergy and look forward to scaling up our capacity to harness these bountiful possibilities. Because of this realization, I have no hesitation in accelerating the transfer of outstanding functions to counties together with the attendant resources. To promote budget efficiency and minimize disruptions and delays in devolved service delivery, my administration commits to take necessary measures to secure the timely disbursement of revenues allocated to county governments. The success of devolution depends on sound intergovernmental relations. There is a template which incorporates lessons from successes as well as failures in past engagements, and we stand a stronger chance of making devolution work better. Kenya will continue, ladies and gentlemen, to be a dedicated partner to peace, security, and prosperity of East Africa region. We look forward to deepening our integration. We welcome our newest member, the DRC, whose entry now extends our region from the Indian Ocean to the Atlantic. Kenya is fully committed to the implementation of the East African Community Treaty and its protocols of free movement of people, goods, and services. Equally important is our commitment to the full actualization of the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya will continue playing its role in international diplomacy at the bilateral and multilateral levels, appreciating that we are host to major international agencies, including the United Nations. I commit on the peace initiatives in our country, in our region, including both in Ethiopia and in the Great Lakes region. I have asked my elder brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta, who has done commendable engagement with those regions, and he has graciously agreed to continue chairing those discussions on behalf of the people of Kenya. I have committed that the government of Kenya, and myself in particular, will support those initiatives that will be chaired by President Uhuru Kenyatta. And I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for graciously agreeing to support us and to help me in those interventions. Among the central concerns of my government will be climate change. In our country, women and men, young people, farmers, workers, and local communities suffer the consequences of climate emergency. It is not too late to respond. To tackle this threat, we must act urgently to keep global heating levels below the 1.5 Celsius, help those in need, and end addiction to fossil fuels. Africa has the opportunity to lead the world. We have immense potential for renewable energy. Reducing costs of renewable energy technologies make this the most viable energy source. Kenya is on transition to clean energy that will support jobs, local economies, and sustainable industrialization. In Kenya, we will lead this endeavor by reaffirming our commitment to transition to 100% clean energy by 2030. We call on all our brothers and sisters in our continent to join us in this journey. As members of the international community, we shall support a successful climate summit in Africa in November by championing delivery of finance and technology needed for Africa to adapt to climate impacts, support those in need, and manage the transition. My administration is ready to work with global partners to fight pandemics and other health emergencies. We are also committed to promoting Kenya's vigilance and efficacy in responding to emerging public health challenges. We stand ready to play our role in the collective effort to keep the public safe. I call upon countries that have developed vaccines to make them available to us. Ladies and gentlemen, my government commits to create a business-friendly environment, eradicate barriers that hamper business development and growth, and make Kenya one of the most compelling and attractive business destinations. We are an open, democratic society founded on freedom and justice. We take pride in receiving visitors and offering them our legendary hospitality. Kenya is a land of immense natural beauty and unforgettable delights. Ladies and gentlemen, I stand here on my day one as president. I make a commitment that in the days ahead, I will make pronouncements that are going to better define the trajectory of my administration. I promise to make every Kenyan proud and to ensure the economic well-being of all of us. Without exception, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being patient with us, and I want to commit that I will work hard for all the people of Kenya, irrespective of who or how they voted. I also promise to work with all the leaders, young and old, present, retired, and coming, so that we can build one nation and harness every talent, every effort, all energies in driving our republic forward. I make my commitment to all those who have served in government that their place in our nation will be secured. To our friends in our region, in Kenya, you have a reliable partner, and we look forward to building on the success of the leaders who came ahead of us. God bless you. God bless Kenya. May the very good Lord bless all of us. Asanteni sana na Mungu awabariki.
Tusimame sote kwa wimbo wa taifa. Niombe tutulie.
That's the first official address by William Ruto as President William Ruto of Kenya. Very many things touched on in that address, and we have to applaud him for keeping it simple and easy to consume, staying true to his image that he built during the campaigns as the hustler and the lover of hustlers, and really unveiling a plan that should appeal to the hearts of the people he calls hustlers. But some of the notable points: he paid tribute to Raila Odinga and his running mate Martha Karua, and assured their supporters that he would represent them too. And in his words, we have all been elected to work together. President Ruto, who rose from humble beginnings, made reference to the fact that dreams do indeed come true, and that he wanted to make the idea of dreams coming true a reality for all Kenyans. He also paid tribute to the work of the IEBC for their monumental role in the election, and pledged his commitment to respecting the independence of Judiciary and enhancing access to justice. He intends to scale up the financial support provided to the Judiciary to increase the number of small claims courts from 25 to 100. Later today, he will also be swearing in 6 judges who had previously been rejected by former President Uhuru Kenyatta. Very big moves being made there. Now, with reference to the Constitution, he says that he intends to ensure that the Constitution finally recognizes the 2/3 gender parity in governance that is enshrined within it. So we know that the Kenyan Constitution has always respected gender parity. However, it is not translated in office on the ground for various reasons, and he's making a commitment to ensure that more women are brought into the fold. Now, President Ruto also echoed Uganda's President Museveni's statement by declaring that Kenya is fully committed to the implementation of the East African Community Treaty and ensures that Kenya will be a reliable partner for the regional bloc and for the world at large. And another massive development, a declaration that starting from next week, the price of fertilizer will be cut in half. for tea farmers. So something for everybody in that speech. I believe Kenyans watching would be excited as everybody was ably represented. And now we just wait to see whether these huge commitments, huge declarations will in fact translate in action. Look at him there, about to greet President of Zimbabwe, Emerson Mnangagwa, as he makes his way out of the venue.
That's President Uhuru Kenyatta, who was actually greeting the ex-president Uhuru Kenyatta, who is making his way out now that William Ruto has been sworn in as president of Kenya. Of course, the new president, he also promised financial autonomy for the police. He says he'll be transferring their budget from the office of the president to the office of the Inspector General of Police. President William Ruto also said he will immediately issue directives on how to revert cargo handling to the main port at the coastal city of Mombasa. This was part of his campaign promises to restore jobs in the region. Also, the president says he will be overseeing the swearing in of 6 new judges on Wednesday. That's tomorrow. The judges had been nominated 3 years ago, but they were rejected by former President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Now, William Ruto is Kenya's 5th president, and this ceremony has been attended by dozens of global leaders and diplomats. A peaceful handover of power following what was quite a bitter series of election campaigns and a final judicial spat that underscored the entrenched, troubled place of democracy in East Africa's largest economy. Now you can see the convoy exiting the Moi International Sports Center, which was actually filled to its capacity since 5 a.m. this morning, with approximately or estimatedly 60,000 people, of course, dancing and cheering on the president as he made his speech and rounded up his speech. Now, security is clearly very tight around the premises. Security forces obviously trying to stop hundreds of people thronging through the gates around the stadium. It's also quite interesting to note that Mr. Ruto's team, or should I say President Ruto's team, limited the access of local television stations to this particular inauguration, handing the exclusive broadcast rights for the ceremony to a local affiliate of South Africa paid TV company. So journalists from local newspapers and radio stations were not in attendance, but during the campaign, we do know Mr. Ruto had repeatedly accused some of the media outlets of bias, and some analysts are saying this might be the repercussions of such.
That's right. Now, although President Ruto did make mention to Honorable Raila Odinga was notably absent from the ceremony itself. And just to quote him, he said, "Special recognition goes to my worthy competitor and friend, the Honorable Raila Odinga, and his running mate, the Honorable Martha Karua. I assure them that their supporters will be my constituents. I will work with all Kenyans, irrespective of who they voted for."
His Excellency the President of the Republic of Kenya mounting now the ceremonial handover, aweze kusalimia wananchi na kuwapungia mkono wananchi wa Jamhuri ya Kenya waliopo hapa. Haya, tuweze kwenda, asante. Tumpungie mkono wananchi wakati Mheshimiwa Rais anapita karibu na bahari tumeketi. Tumpungie mkono Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Wapiga picha, niombe tena turudi nyuma jameni. Let us kindly facilitate a safe and smooth exit. Tumsalimie Mheshimiwa Rais, tuweze kumpungia mkono akizungushwa uwanjani in the ceremonial Land Rover. Tumpungie mkono wananchi. In the ceremonial vehicle, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces. Tumpungie mkono wananchi. Tumpungie mkono Mheshimiwa Rais, tumpungie mkono wananchi. Calm down so that we thank you, Your Excellency. Wale wengine tubaki tumeketi kwenye jukwaa so that we prepare departure protocols kindly. Tulete msafara wake Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. Tulete msafara wake Mheshimiwa Rais sasa. Msafara wake Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Kenya. na Mheshimiwa Rais atakapoondoka uwanjani, niombe tulete msafara wake Mheshimiwa Rais wa Jamhuri ya Uganda.
Well, there you have it. A lovely victory lap, making sure he connects with all those present at the Kasarani Stadium. President William Ruto now enters the official vehicle, as he has already vowed earlier in his speech that it's straight to business, no time for formalities, no time to waste time, as they say. He has already ordered some documents to be sent to his brand new presidential office so that he can already begin to tackle the business of ruling Kenya.